Thank you for purchasing a BHUSA Dockside Lil Lifter PWC lift. Here are some items you'll need to put together your new lift. A box cutter, some sawhorses, 9/16 and 3/4 inch combination wrenches, 9/16, 3/4 and 7/16 sockets, a socket handle, a small socket extension, a torque wrench, and a pair of pliers. I'll be referencing items from the parts list found in the assembly instructions. Your Lil Lifter will arrive on a pallet and we'll begin by opening the package contents. I recommend starting the assembly on dry land so we don't lose any hardware along the way, and placing the upright number 31 on some sawhorses. Once you have located the roller assembly kit, we'll want to bolt the roller assembly to the cradle using 4 1/2 inch by 1 1/4 inch long bolts, 8 1/2 inch stainless steel flat washers, and 4 1/2 inch hex nuts. In this video you will see us snug the fasteners up, but make sure you tighten the bolts to the required torque for each fastener. Here we're inserting 2 1/2 inch bolts with 1/2 inch stainless steel flat washers on the top side of the cradle, and we'll repeat on the bottom side as well. Notice the bottom only has one tab that's welded in. That way you'll know it's on the bottom. Then insert a washer and a nut on the other side as well. Then tighten down all the fasteners. Insert the 4 3/4 inch stainless steel flat washers and the 4 cradle rollers onto the roller assembly shafts. Now we can begin assembling the winch. First, we'll start by attaching the winch mount bracket to the upright using 4 3/8 by 1 1/4 inch bolts, 4 3/8 stainless steel flat washers, and 4 3/8 lock washers, and 4 hex nuts. Don't tighten them down at this time. We're going to come back. Bolt the winch mount bracket to the upright using 3/8 bolts, stainless steel flat washers and lock washers, and nuts. Go ahead and tighten those all down. Next, insert the 3/8 bolts through the winch to mount it to the winch bracket and loosely secure it with a washer, lock washer, and nut. We'll tighten these up once we get the cover on. Please note, your kit may come with hex head bolts or carriage bolts. Now we'll attach the free end of the wire rope to the winch by inserting it through the slot in the side of the winch flange that has the threaded hole for the cable clamp. It's important that you wrap the wire rope around the winch axle first and finish by making a loop at the end of the wire rope. Pro tip, use a piece of tape to hold the wire rope loop while you get the cable clamp hardware installed. Once you get your cable secured around the clamp bolt, go ahead and secure everything down. Lay the cable in the upright and begin assembling the upper sheave plates and winch cover. We'll be attaching all those with 3 1/2 inch hex bolts, flat washers and nuts. Careful not to over tighten right here. The cable should be laying underneath all of these items. Now you can take the two other sets of hex nuts, washers, and lock washers to attach the other side of the winch cover. This may take a little finagling, but it can be done, I promise. And tighten them down. Next, insert the stop block in the track as shown. It can only go in one way so that the holes match up. Finish up with a washer and a hex nut. And tighten it down. Screw the winch wheel onto the winch. Then we'll put on the brake tension spring and follow that up with the nut. You may have to hold back up on the winch while you're doing this. Tighten the nut down until it's snug. Notice the nut doesn't go all the way in. It should stop right there at the end. Gather together all the components of the cradle arms and the bunk mount assemblies. We'll first start by attaching the cradle arms and bolting those down. It'll take 2 bolts per cradle arm. Insert the bolts, and on the other side put a washer, a lock washer, and a nut. Lay the bunk boards down, carpeted side facing down, and we'll attach the bunk mounting brackets to them using the 3/8 lag bolts and a washer. Make sure you orient the mounting brackets with the flanges towards the ends, and the hardware will be towards the middle. Align the top hole of the bunk mounting bracket with the bunk mount flange. The mounting bracket should be towards the outside of the bunk board. Place a 1/2 inch stainless washer in between and then insert a 3/8 bolt flat washer and the bunk mount bushing through the hole. Finish up with another flat washer and nylon lock nut. When tightened, the mounting bracket should swivel side to side, which is normal. If it doesn't, you might need to loosen the nut a little until it does. Then repeat this for the other 3 locations. Next, insert 2 3/8 by 4-inch long bolts and flat washers into the bunk mount bracket and then into the bunk board back plate. Then assemble a washer, lock washer, and nut onto each bolt. These need to be loose at this stage so we can assemble them onto the cradle arms. Now slide the assembled bunks over the cradle arms. They should shimmy on there pretty easily. You want to locate the bunks wide enough to support your PWC securely and locate it as close to the upright as possible. The closer in the watercraft sits on the cradle arms, the less stress is put on the cradle assembly and rollers, which will help your Lil Lifter last longer. Let's begin the final assembly of the dock mount kit. Locate the dock plate bracket with the large plate facing towards the bottom of the unit and attach the 2 backup plates onto the bracket with a 1/2 inch bolt and washer, followed by another washer and nut on the other side. This should clamp onto the back of the upright. You can hand tighten these for now until you decide how high to set your lift when you install it on your dock.